Imposible is a 2018 Spanish-language Colombian-Venezuelan film about a repressed textile factory worker in impoverished Venezuela, developing a lesbian identity and learning they are intersex while dealing with their sick mother's imminent demise. I say they because of where the character ends up, but they spend most of the movie in the role of a woman, perceiving themselves as unquestionably female. It is a well-made drama, but slow, dark, and dreary, which is not exactly fun to watch. This is one of those films where the viewer is expected to understand the premise, so it's not about a shocking reveal of the protagonist being intersex, and instead about them suffering until they understand who they are and can work through the trauma. It's a twist for the protagonist, but not the viewer, placing the focus off of intersexuality as spectacle and onto the protagonist as a human subject for an overall empathetic work. Like my review of Pony Boy, the visuals for this review are gonna be rough. The film is available for streaming, but the streaming sites are so guarded against piracy that I was unable to get many good clips for fair use criticism. I had to resort to shooting a phone video of my computer screen for most of this. I wish YouTube let you remix purchase content for fair use videos. The film takes place in two time periods. The recent past, in which the protagonist, Ariel, suffered under their identity as a woman, and the present, in which they contribute to a documentary about intersex people. The majority of the film is in flashback to this recent past, while there are short glimpses of the present, with shots of them and other intersex people being filmed and discussing their situation. The beginning of the film showcases their discomfort with their body, as they have very painful sex with their boyfriend, Carlos, in a warehouse filled with mannequins depicting parts of the female body, and shows them uncomfortable in frame to shoot the documentary. They have sex with Carlos out of a sense of womanly obligation to appease the man, but are hurt by the experience. They don't feel comfortable opening up to him, and he never bothers asking them about their obvious pain. It's plainly a bad situation, born of sexism and heterocentrism. She mentions the issue to her mother, Dolores, while helping to take care of her in the hospital. Dolores tells Ariel to see their childhood doctor, Dr. Clemencia, but never to go to any other doctor, making them promise. Ariel agrees, and Dr. Clemencia diagnoses them with vaginal stenosis, in which their vaginal opening has narrowed, but fails to describe how it narrowed, from scar tissue and non-consensual intersex surgery. To correct the condition, they must dilate with a medical dildo, a dilator, similar to that seen in Fitting In, and to what trans women deal with after vaginoplasty. It is extremely painful for them, especially because they barely lubricate, and the scene is framed like a recreation of the stifling sexual experience with Carlos, effectively a sexual assault by the cold medical establishment. There's a cut to their sewing machine that illustrates the idea of violent penetration. Because Dolores is not expected to return to work, the factory fills her spot with Anna, a young, attractive black lesbian to whom Ariel is immediately drawn, feeling unexpected sexual attraction. The two of them hang out together, and Anna moans as she eats a cake, in apparent symbolism of them developing a sexual relationship. And as the other workers look uncomfortable by her enthusiasm for eating cake, it appears to be a nod to them being homophobic. Dolores tells Ariel to commit to their relationship with Carlos, so they do the best they can, but suffer as a result, and clearly get nothing out of it. They turn back to Anna and try to kiss her in the bathroom at work. Anna shuts it down, but someone sees them from inside a stall, tells the other workers, and they erupt in homophobic gossip that causes Ariel and Anna to be ostracized. Ariel is further isolated when they admit to Anna that they have a boyfriend, and Anna distances herself from them. The workers gang up on Anna with clear intention of committing a homophobic hate crime, so she responds by forcefully kissing the woman before she can attack, basically spitting her homophobia back in her face, but the workers then get Anna and Ariel fired for being dangerous lesbians. Yeah, I don't care for sexual assault, but make it woke. Anna didn't start it, but she shouldn't get off scot-free either. Ariel invites Anna to stay at their place, where they have sex in a way that Ariel actually enjoys. There's a visual change here. The colors get a little less muted as their depression starts to be relieved. After getting the runaround from Dolores and Dr. Clemencia, when Ariel tries to engage with them about the treatment not being effective, Ariel pulls out an old trunk and forces the lock open to look for clues, finding old baby clothes for a boy, old photos of them as a baby, and a shot with Dolores, baby them, and Dr. Clemencia. Ariel shows this to the doctor, and she comes clean, showing them their file. They were born intersex. I've been trying to figure out exactly which intersex condition they have. I'm not an expert. They have XX chromosomes, ovaries, but masculinized external genitalia with what appears to be hypospadias, in which the clitoris is a microphallus, which is like a micropenis, except with the urethra otherwise located. The doctor and Dolores arbitrarily decided that Ariel, a unisex name, should be raised as a girl and subjected them to feminizing surgery without caring about patient consent.
Lo más viable era darte un futuro como mujer. A mí me habría gustado tomar esa decisión.
They are angry, but choose not to confront Dolores about it so she can die peacefully.
El desafío es seguir siendo esa mujer obediente, la chica que su mamá siempre había querido que ella fuera, o enfrentarse a ese cuerpo intersexual y atreverse a ser una persona diferente, libre, pero incómoda ante el juicio moral de la sociedad.
After her death, they come out to Anna and take part in the documentary, where the intersex people talk in a little support group, allowing Ariel to get some much-needed emotional support. In the documentary, a dyadic woman with an intersex child who committed suicide apologizes to the group for subjecting her child to unconsented surgery, allowing Ariel to get some emotional catharsis through another intersex person's mother. Ariel says goodbye to their mother and to the boy they could have been, and joins Anna as they look to the future with hope. This is a beautiful drama film with cinematography comparable to one of my favorite movies, Let the Right One In, which is thematically appropriate considering that Let the Right One In is sort of an evolution of Tinto Mara, a classic work of intersex fiction in Sweden. I'll get to that one later.
La propuesta fotográfica para la película de Imposible la construimos un poco entre Patricia y yo. Ella ya tenía unas ideas muy claras de lo que quería, digamos, con la luz y con el tipo de encuadres. Y luego fuimos trabajando en función a lo que ella quería, digamos, contar a partir de la narración de la película, que era como tratar de volver la imagen un poco extraña para hablar un poco del extrañamiento del personaje, pues un poco que el personaje está en un momento de transformación, digamos.
It is so empathetic to the plight of intersex people that it may be surprising that director Patricia Ortega is dyadic. She wanted, first and foremost, to make a feminist film about how sexism in Venezuelan culture hurts women. And she initially chose to center an intersex character for a theme about how men and women relate to each other, which is a common dyadic take on intersex people that is often insulting for reducing real people to metaphor. That's where we get nonsense like Stevani as supposed intersex representation. However, Ortega put in the work as an ally, went out and talked to intersex people, and rewrote her entire concept to elevate the plight of intersex people, with feminism as only a secondary theme. That is good, strong allyship right there. Ortega has said, "When I was born, my mother gave me dolls just because of the genitals I was born with. From that point on, a set of assumptions were imposed on me by society, completely against my will. For those who won't conform to those assumptions, challenging society is the only way to be free." Being Impossible is the story of an intersex person, but anyone who has faced the challenge of demanding the right to make decisions about their body, identity, and sexuality will identify with the film. Nobody should enforce or police other people's lives. That is the vision that underlies my film. This film is a labor of love, and it shows. Being Impossible is not an easy film to watch, but it is the best made out of all the intersex films centered on trauma. Both has a similar plotline, with a Hispanic non-binary person learning that they were coercively assigned female at birth and coming to terms with their identity. But it has terrible sound mixing and is only so-so in other cinematic aspects. Bull is well made, but features intersex trauma as part of a dyadic story with a tragic ending for the intersex character. If you watch any of the trauma-centric intersex films, make it Being Impossible. It is currently accessible through streaming from the channel Flix Latino under the original Spanish title Yo Imposible, which can be seen through Amazon Prime, YouTube, and others. I'll include a link in the description. To support this channel, please consider donating to me on Patreon. All I ask is $2 from each patron. If you can't afford to do that, please at least give this video a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.